to review what we did in class on Friday about saving and save as. So this is a document that I was working on, and I worked on it in a program called Brackets because I'm coding on a Macintosh and they do not have, or I guess it would be an Apple, they don't have Notepad on this, which is what you're using, but the saving functions work similarly. So I go to File and I'm going to hit Save. The first time you save a document, it looks exactly same as. So you'll see the same screen. So it says I want to save it as, and I'm going to save this as Lesson 7. And I'm not putting any spaces in because I think it's easier to put Lesson 7 in my code when I'm doing the links later on without having to remember to do the underscore. So I think it's a little bit easier, but you can do whatever you want. And I'm going to go to my desktop because I think that's where most of you are saving. And on my desktop, I made a web design folder, so I open that up. And I'm just going to hit Save. And if I go back in, the little Finder guy is just like on your My Computer on a PC. And if I go back into my desktop, and you can look and you can see the types of files that I have. So I have all these folders. So I'm going to go into my web design folder. And then you can see the kind of file I have here. It's a text edit document. And so you guys will see that in yours as well. It'll be a text file and it has an extension, so that dot in the series of letters that appear after it tells you the extension. And that extension is what tells the computer what program to bring up. And so a .txt file is a text editing file, and it will bring up a basic text editor for you. But that's not going to launch a website. So what we have to do is then go back into our file and we have to do a save as. So we're going to save this as, and we're going to force it into a different type of file by adding an extension on the end. We're going to add .html onto the end, and that's going to make it be an HTML file. And what the computer sees, when it sees that HTML extension, it knows it needs to open a web browser. So whatever your default browser is, so you can see on my computer down here, I have Safari and I have Google Chrome. Chrome happens to be my default browser, but I can open something in Safari if I want to. And sometimes they look a little bit differently depending on the computer and what I have for my settings. So then I'm going to hit Save. And that saved it as an HTML file. So I'm going to go back into my Finder window, which again is like your My Computer. You can even see that the icons are a little bit different. And you can see over this on the side here that it's calling it an HTML file. So when I double click on this, watch what happens. Safari opened up. That's the default browser. I guess I thought I had something else. I thought I had Chrome. But at any rate, Safari opened as my default browser. And it has... this is what appears on my screen. So the underlying code is what I wrote here. So all of my, list items and ending my tags, that is what my code is. And then you can see what it actually looks like. So I have square bullets here because I put square over here. So, and the only way to see that is if I save it as an HTML file. We're going to do another video in a second about how to upload.